The planet was silent. Strange, jagged rocks rose from the ground, and a dim, greenish sky cast shadows over the barren land. The air was thick and heavy, filled with an alien smell that made even the strongest creatures uneasy. From the shadows of a deep canyon, small, greenish aliens watched. Their eyes were wide with curiosity and fear. Something new had come to their world. Something dangerous. Far above, in the blackness of space, a ship descended. It moved slowly, but there was no hesitation. The ship was large, armored, and dark, almost blending with the sky. Inside, the humans, known as the Deathworlders, prepared for landing. Their suits were rugged and strong. Their weapons were strange to any alien eye, sleek and deadly. But what made them most dangerous was not their armor or weapons, it was their calm. The aliens whispered among themselves. "Who are they?" one asked, voice trembling. Another replied, "They are different, stronger, smarter." The smallest alien shrank into the shadows, sensing danger in every movement of the humans. The ship landed with a quiet thud. Dust and small rocks scattered across the ground. Slowly the ramp opened and the humans stepped out. They moved with precision, scanning the surroundings. Not a single step was wasted. They did not look around with fear. They looked around with awareness. The aliens were frozen. Fear spread through them like a cold wind. Their claws trembled. Their wings shivered. For the first time they felt what humans call terror. One human stepped forward. He was tall, with broad shoulders, and his face was set in a calm expression. His eyes scanned the horizon, reading every shadow. He raised his hand slightly, signaling the others. They moved as one, silently, efficiently, like predators. From the shadows the aliens watched every move. They are coming toward us," one stammered. Another hissed, "We must hide, they are too strong." But it was too late. Humans do not hesitate. Humans do not fear. A small group of aliens tried to run, skittering across the rocky ground. The humans did not chase them in a hurry. They walked calmly, each step measured. Yet the aliens froze in place, unable to escape. The humans had already calculated their moves. Every path, every crevice, every possible hiding place. It was as if the humans already knew. One alien dared to scream, a high, piercing sound that echoed across the barren canyon. The humans paused, listening, and then simply continued forward, ignoring the noise. Their calm made the scream sound weak, meaningless. The aliens felt it deep in their bones. These humans were not like any creature they had ever seen. The wind blew hard, carrying dust and strange seeds across the land. The humans adjusted their gear, scanning the horizon for movement. Their presence was like a shadow over the planet, heavy and inescapable. The aliens tried to move closer to their leader, huddling together, but the humans' eyes caught every motion. Suddenly, one human knelt down, inspecting the rocks and ground carefully. His hand touched a strange alien device left behind by a scout. With a quick motion he disabled it. The alien device sparkled for a moment, then went dark. Another alien shrieked and stepped back. Fear had frozen them completely. The humans continued forward. They spoke little, communicating silently with gestures and glances. Each human moved with the knowledge that they were superior in this environment, stronger, faster, smarter. The aliens began to understand they were no match. Not yet, at least. Then, from a distant cliff, a large alien creature emerged. It was tall, with long, jagged limbs and sharp teeth. It roared, trying to scare the humans. But the humans did not flinch. One stepped forward and the others followed. Their weapons glowed faintly, a warning light for the alien. The creature froze. It had never seen anything like them. Its roar died in its throat. The humans' calmness, their strange confidence, made it hesitate. Slowly it backed away. The other aliens watched in terror. They whispered to each other, "These are Deathworlders, we cannot fight them." The humans continued to move, like shadows creeping across the land. The aliens had no plan, no hope. They tried to communicate, to send a warning to others of their kind, but their signals were too slow. By the time help could arrive, the humans would already be closer. Night began to fall. The sky turned darker, and the green glow of the horizon made shadows longer, deeper. The humans found a ridge and climbed it, standing tall above the frightened aliens below. They did not shout. They did not celebrate. They only watched, waiting. The aliens huddled together, shaking, knowing that something terrible was coming. The humans were not here to talk. They were here to dominate, to survive, to prove that no matter the planet, no matter the danger, humans could thrive. As the first part of the night deepened, the aliens whispered one last time, "If they strike, we will not survive." And in the darkness, the humans waited, silent, patient, ready. The night was cold, but the humans felt nothing. Their suits adjusted automatically, protecting them from the harsh winds and strange gases of the alien planet. They stood on the ridge, looking down at the aliens below. The creatures were still frozen in fear, whispering and moving in small, desperate circles. The humans did not move immediately. They waited. Patience was a weapon as powerful as any gun. Their leader, a tall man with a scar across his cheek, raised his hand slightly. A faint light on his wrist blinked. The humans understood the signal instantly. Slowly they split into groups, moving silently down the ridge. Each step was precise, calculated. They left no footprints that would reveal their numbers. To the aliens, it seemed as if humans were disappearing and reappearing from the shadows. Whispers of fear spread among the alien ranks. "They are ghosts, impossible," one muttered. The humans reached the edge of a canyon where some of the alien scouts had gathered. The aliens froze, wide-eyed, unable to decide whether to flee or fight. The humans did not shout. They did not attack immediately. They only stared, calm and patient, like predators waiting for the right moment. One alien stepped forward, trying to make a gesture of peace. Its hands shook, claws clicking nervously against the rocks. The human leader slowly raised his head, studying the alien. He did not smile, he did not show anger. His eyes were sharp, reading the alien's fear as if it were an open book. Then, without warning, a loud, mechanical noise echoed through the canyon. The humans had triggered a device hidden in the rocks, a trap the aliens had not noticed. It was a small but terrifying warning. A jet of fire and smoke shot upward, making the ground tremble. The alien who had stepped forward jumped back, terrified. Others froze even more. The humans did not run or hide. They moved calmly through the smoke, their weapons ready but not raised yet. Each human step was measured, deliberate. The aliens could feel it in their bones. The humans were not just strong, they were clever. Every move they made was part of a plan. From the shadows, more humans appeared. The aliens could not count them. They had no time to think. Panic spread like wildfire. Some tried to escape toward the cliffs, but humans blocked the paths silently, their presence sudden and unrelenting. A group of aliens tried to climb higher ground, hoping to find safety. The humans split again, moving through rocks and shadows, surrounding them without a sound. The aliens screamed, a sharp, ear-piercing sound that bounced off the canyon walls. But the humans ignored the noise. They had seen fear before in countless worlds. This was nothing new. The alien leader tried to rally the group. Its voice shook, but it was filled with authority. "We fight. We fight for survival." But the words had no power. The humans' calm and controlled movement made the aliens doubt themselves. Some stopped moving, unsure whether to obey their leader or run. One human knelt down, scanning the ground with a small device. A faint blue light passed over the rocks, detecting hidden traps the aliens had set. With a flick of his hand, the traps were neutralized. The aliens gasped in horror. Their clever tricks were useless against these humans. Suddenly, a loud roar came from above. Another alien, much larger than the rest, dropped from the cliffs, landing with a heavy thud. It tried to charge the humans. But the humans split and circled, surrounding it. It became clear to the aliens. No matter their size, no matter their strength, humans were always one step ahead. The large alien froze, claws digging into the ground. The humans' calm presence was overwhelming. Every movement of the humans was perfect. Every weapon aimed silently but deadly. The alien's confidence melted into fear. A human raised his weapon slightly, just enough to signal. Without firing, he commanded. The large alien backed down slowly. Others saw it and realized that humans did not need to attack to dominate. Fear alone was their weapon. The aliens whispered among themselves, voices trembling. "We cannot win, we cannot fight them." One even turned to run, but the humans anticipated the movement, and their paths were blocked again. Panic ruled the alien minds. The leader of the humans stood at the center of the group, watching everything. He did not shout orders. He did not rush. He only observed, waiting for the perfect moment. His presence made the aliens understand one terrible truth. Humans do not need to rush to conquer. They only need patience, strategy, and precision. Night grew darker. The shadows of the canyon seemed alive with humans' silent movements. The aliens huddled together, shivering, whispering their fears. Even the strongest among them felt helpless. The Deathworlders were not just invaders, they were something more. Something terrifyingly efficient. At the edge of the canyon, one alien dared to peek. Its eyes widened as it saw humans moving silently, surrounding them. They are everywhere," it whispered. And in that moment the aliens knew there was no escape. The humans stopped, regrouped, and stood tall. The aliens could only watch. The first strike was coming. But even now, no human had fired a single shot. The suspense, the fear, the silent dominance, it was all part of the strategy. And somewhere, deep in the shadows, the human leaders smiled faintly. The night had only begun, and already the aliens were frozen in terror. The sky above the canyon had turned a deep, eerie green, casting long shadows across the jagged rocks. The aliens were still frozen in fear, unable to decide whether to run or hide. Every movement of the humans seemed impossible to predict. They were ghosts in the shadows, silent and unstoppable. The leader of the Deathworlders raised his hand, signaling the start. His team understood instantly. Slowly, carefully, they moved into positions, surrounding the aliens without a sound. Each human knew exactly where to stand, how to block escape routes, and where the aliens might try to hide. The aliens watched in horror. They know every move we make, one whispered. Another tried to flee toward a cliff, but a human stepped into the path, emerging from the darkness like a shadow brought to life. The alien froze, unable to move. Then the humans acted. Not with wild attacks but precise strikes. One human tossed a small device toward the ground. It exploded silently into a cloud of blinding light and smoke, disorienting the aliens. Panic spread instantly. They shrieked, clawed at the ground, and tried to regroup, but it was too late. Humans had them surrounded. A tall alien with jagged claws lunged forward, desperate to strike. But two humans blocked its path, moving faster than the eye could follow. The alien's attack failed and it stumbled back, fear in its eyes. The others saw it and hesitated. Fear spread like wildfire. Even the strongest among them were unsure of what to do. The humans did not shout. They did not celebrate. They moved like a single, precise organism, each step calculated. One human knelt, scanning a narrow crevice where some aliens were hiding. With a small click of his wrist device, a trap fired, blocking the aliens' escape. From the ridge above, more humans descended silently, joining the first group. To the aliens, it seemed as if the humans were everywhere at once. Their numbers seemed infinite and their presence was overwhelming. The canyon, once a place of hope for the aliens, became a prison. A group of alien scouts tried to send a signal for reinforcements. They activated strange devices, hoping to call for help. But the humans anticipated this. One human moved silently behind them, deactivating the devices before they could send a message. The scouts froze, their wide eyes filled with disbelief. The leader of the Deathworlders stepped forward. His presence alone was enough to silence the aliens. They could feel his power, his calm control, and it terrified them. He raised his weapon slightly, not to fire, but to signal dominance. Even without a single shot, the aliens felt powerless. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed across the canyon. One of the giant alien warriors had come to join the fight. It charged toward the humans, teeth bared, claws ready. The humans did not panic. They moved to encircle it, guiding it into a trap. The creature realized too late that it was surrounded. The humans struck with precision, disabling its legs and forcing it to fall. The aliens watching from the sides could not believe it. A creature larger than any human, yet it was helpless against their calm and strategic attack. Panic spread through the alien ranks. They tried to flee in all directions, but every path was blocked. The humans anticipated their movements, silently cutting off escape routes. Some aliens climbed the cliffs, hoping to jump to safety. The humans were already there, waiting silently, ready to intercept. The canyon was filled with tension. Every alien knew that resistance was futile. Even the ones who had once been confident felt their courage fail. Humans were not just warriors, they were hunters, unstoppable and terrifying. One human raised his hand again. A strange device in his palm emitted a low hum. Suddenly, energy beams shot out, creating barriers the aliens could not cross. The survivors froze, trapped and terrified. They could not escape. They could not fight back effectively. The leader of the humans surveyed the scene calmly. His team had achieved their first strike without chaos, without panic, without a single casualty. The aliens were terrified and the humans' dominance was complete. As night fell completely over the canyon, the aliens whispered their fears. They are unstoppable, one hissed. Another muttered, "We cannot survive the night." Their voices trembled with terror, and even their bravest warriors could not hide their fear. The humans gathered briefly on a high ridge, looking down at the frozen aliens. They did not celebrate. They did not shout. They simply waited, silent, their presence a shadow over the defeated and terrified creatures. And somewhere in the darkness, the human leader's eyes glowed faintly in the night. The first strike had succeeded, but the hunt was far from over. The aliens had learned one thing that night. The Deathworlders were not just fighters, they were the nightmare stalking every shadow of their world. The alien survivors huddled together on the rocky ground, their eyes wide and their breaths quick. Every shadow seemed alive. Every movement in the darkness made them flinch. They had seen the humans strike with deadly precision, and the memory of that first attack burned in their minds. Fear had settled deep in their bones. From the shadows, the Deathworlders moved silently. They were everywhere yet impossible to count. Some appeared behind jagged rocks, others slipped down cliffs with perfect balance. To the aliens, it seemed as if the humans had become part of the planet itself, shadows that could move, strike, and vanish at will. The human leader stood on a high ridge watching. His team followed his every gesture without question. They did not rush. They did not panic. They only waited for the perfect moment to strike again. The aliens were trapped between fear and uncertainty. One small group of aliens tried to climb higher ground, thinking it might give them safety. They whispered among themselves, "If we can reach the cliffs, maybe we can hide." But the humans had already anticipated this. As the aliens scrambled upward, a quiet hum filled the air. Energy barriers sprang to life, cutting off their escape routes. The aliens froze, realizing they were trapped. Some tried to fight back, swinging claws and snapping teeth. But the humans moved like a single organism. Each strike was calculated, each movement precise. One human caught an alien mid-leap, disarming it before it could reach safety. Others blocked paths silently, their presence unnerving even the strongest warriors. From a distant cliff, a larger alien roared. It had recovered from the first strike and tried to rally its companions. But the humans did not panic. They split silently into two groups, flanking the creature. One human moved behind it, cutting off retreat, while another aimed a non-lethal energy device to immobilize it temporarily. The creature froze, trapped, its strength useless against the human strategy. The other aliens stared in disbelief. They had thought themselves clever, prepared, strong. But the humans were different. They did not attack in chaos. They did not rely on brute force alone. Every movement, every strike, every silent approach was planned. The aliens felt small, weak, and hopeless. One human knelt and scanned a group of hiding aliens. With a faint click, a device projected a field that revealed hidden forms. The aliens gasped and backed away. Their hiding places had failed them. Shadows were no longer safe. Everywhere they looked, humans were already there, silent and ready. The alien leader barked orders, trying to rally its scattered troops. But the words had lost power. Some aliens froze completely, unsure whether to obey or flee. Others tried to escape, but paths they thought open were blocked. The humans had controlled every exit before the aliens even realized they were blocked. Night deepened and the air grew colder. Mist rose from the rocky ground, creating strange, ghostly shapes. The humans used the mist to their advantage, blending in, slipping behind rocks and surrounding the alien survivors silently. The aliens felt the walls closing in. Every step they took was watched. Every whisper was heard. The human leader raised his hand again, signaling his team. A faint light glowed on their weapons, not for attack yet, but as a warning. The humans did not need to fire to command fear. Their presence alone made the aliens hesitate, shiver, and doubt their every move. From the shadows, a single human emerged. He walked calmly among the aliens, moving slowly but deliberately. The aliens froze completely. They could not move. They could not fight. The humans' gaze alone was enough to paralyze them with fear. One alien tried to speak, to negotiate, but the words caught in its throat. It realized too late that these humans did not negotiate. These humans controlled the battlefield with patience, precision, and silence. The idea of escape had vanished. High above, on the ridge, the human leader observed quietly. His team surrounded the remaining aliens like a cage. The survivors could feel it instinctively. There was nowhere left to run. Shadows were not safe. Rocks did not hide them. Every escape route, every movement, every hope had been calculated and blocked. The aliens whispered among themselves in fear. They are everywhere," one stammered. "We cannot survive the night," another muttered. Their words were soft, trembling, filled with despair. And in the darkness the humans waited. Silent. Come. Ready. The aliens could not see them clearly, but they felt them in every shadow, every whisper, every step. The first strike had been just a warning. The hunt had only begun. The canyon was silent for a moment, except for the soft breathing of the terrified aliens. Then from the darkness, a faint, deliberate sound echoed, the humans moving again silently, like shadows stalking their prey. The aliens could not hide, could not fight, and could not predict what would come next. The night stretched on long and tense. The Deathworlders were patient and the aliens were terrified. By the end of the night, every alien would understand one truth. The humans did not just survive in death worlds, they ruled them. And somewhere in the shadows, the human leader smiled faintly, knowing the next phase of the hunt was about to begin. The night was thick with shadows, and the canyon seemed alive with tension. The aliens huddled in small groups, trembling. Their eyes darted in every direction, expecting humans to appear from nowhere. They had seen the humans' patience and precision, and now fear had taken full control of their minds. On the high ridge, the human leader raised his hand. It was the signal. The Deathworlders had waited long enough. It was time to strike. Silently, the humans moved. Each step was measured, each position calculated. They descended the ridges, appearing like shadows among the rocks and mist. Their weapons glowed faintly, casting eerie reflections, but no shots were fired yet. The aliens could feel the humans closing in. Every sense screamed danger, but they could not see the full strength of their enemy. A large group of aliens tried to flee toward a cliffside canyon. They leapt over rocks, claws scratching the ground, teeth bared in desperation. But the humans anticipated every movement. Some humans appeared in the shadows ahead of them. Others blocked the sides, surrounding the fleeing aliens like an invisible trap. The alien leader roared orders, but the words were lost in panic. Their strength and numbers meant nothing against the calm, precise humans. The Deathworlders moved like a single organism. One alien tried to fight back, slashing with sharp claws, but a human caught its arm with a swift motion and twisted it backward, immobilizing the creature instantly. Others froze, witnessing the act, terror spreading in their minds. Then the humans launched the first strike. Energy weapons fired silently, creating bright streaks in the dark canyon. They hit the rocks and barriers first, trapping the aliens in small spaces. Smoke and sparks filled the air, making visibility difficult. The aliens screamed, scattered, and stumbled. The humans did not panic. They moved calmly, picking their targets, capturing and disabling alien groups with incredible efficiency. A massive alien warrior charged from a ridge, hoping to save its comrades. But the humans had already planned for this. One human leapt forward, dodging the massive claws, while another triggered a device that immobilized the alien with a sudden energy field. It roared in frustration, unable to move while the humans calmly closed in. Smaller alien groups tried to hide among the jagged rocks, hoping shadows would protect them. But the humans' devices revealed every hiding spot. One by one, aliens were trapped. The canyon echoed with shrieks of fear and confusion. The humans did not need to shout or celebrate, they were already victorious. Fear alone had won half the battle. The human leader moved silently through the chaos. He observed, calculated, and directed with subtle gestures. His team responded instantly, adjusting positions, cutting off escape routes, and blocking reinforcements. Every alien realized that no matter where they ran, humans were always one step ahead. Some aliens tried to regroup, forming a defensive line. They clawed, bit, and roared, hoping to push back. But the human strategy was flawless. One human advanced slowly, forcing the alien line to split. Others moved in from the sides, isolating groups and cutting off escape. Within minutes, the aliens' defenses crumbled under the humans' silent, efficient assault. The canyon floor was a scene of chaos for the aliens, but a demonstration of calm control for the humans. Every move they made was deliberate. Every alien captured or disabled was done with precision. Not a single human faltered. Not a single human panicked. They were the hunters and the aliens were trapped prey. The remaining aliens huddled near the cliffs, desperate, terrified, and unsure what to do next. The humans surrounded them silently, shadows moving in every corner. The alien leader realized the truth. No strategy, no strength, no bravery could overcome the Deathworlders' planning and calm. High above, the human leader signaled again. His team paused, giving the trapped aliens a moment to comprehend their defeat. Some aliens screamed, some wailed, and some whispered fearful prayers to gods that might not exist. The humans did not react. They simply watched, patience etched in every movement. Finally, the leader lowered his hand. The humans moved in for the final phase, not to kill immediately, but to ensure the aliens were utterly controlled. Barriers sealed the exits, devices immobilized the strongest, and fear kept the rest frozen. In a matter of minutes, the Deathworlders had conquered the canyon without chaos, without unnecessary violence, and without losing a single team member. The aliens were silent, huddled together, breathing heavily, unable to move. Their eyes told the story clearly: terror, disbelief, and awe. They had faced many dangers in their lives, but never a species like this. The Deathworlders were not just fighters, they were predators, shadows, hunters who controlled not just the battlefield but the minds of their prey. As the night deepened, the canyon fell into a tense quiet. The humans regrouped silently on the ridge, overlooking the trapped aliens. The leader's eyes glinted faintly in the dark. The first strike had been a complete success, but the hunt was far from over. And somewhere in the shadows, a faint thought lingered in the minds of the surviving aliens. These humans are unstoppable. They are not just warriors, they are the nightmare stalking every shadow of this world. The canyon was quiet now, but not peaceful. The surviving aliens huddled together, their claws shaking, wings trembling, and eyes wide with terror. Every shadow seemed alive. Every whisper of wind made them jump. The humans had not attacked in minutes, but that silence was worse than any roar. Fear had taken full control. From the shadows above, the Deathworlders watched. They did not need to shout. They did not need to move quickly. Their presence alone controlled the battlefield. The human leader stood on a high ridge, surveying the trapped aliens below. His team mirrored his calm, every human perfectly in place, every path blocked, every escape impossible. One alien leader spoke, voice trembling. "We must fight, together. We must try one last attack." The others nodded, though their bodies betrayed them. Trembling hands, shallow breaths, and hearts racing uncontrollably. They were desperate. Desperation made them bold, but it also made them weak. The humans noticed immediately. Without a word, they adjusted positions, slipping silently into shadows that the aliens could not see. Every movement was deliberate. Every human was in position to counter any desperate attack. The aliens did not understand the scale of their mistake. The first group of aliens charged. Claws scraped the rocky ground. Teeth bared. Wings flapped furiously. Their roar echoed through the canyon, a sound meant to intimidate. But the humans did not flinch. They moved calmly, efficiently. One human sidestepped a massive claw, twisted the alien's arm, and immobilized it with a quiet snap. Another human raised a small device, creating a barrier that blocked escape. Panic spread instantly. The aliens realized too late that attacking had only made things worse. The humans anticipated their every move, controlled every path, and turned their desperation into weakness. One by one, the attacking aliens were trapped, captured, or forced to retreat. From above, the human leader raised his hand. A faint hum filled the canyon. Energy barriers rose, cutting off the cliffs, sealing the corners, and leaving no escape. The remaining aliens froze completely. Their eyes widened in disbelief. Their leader tried to scream orders, but the words faltered in terror. A massive alien, taller than the others, attempted a final desperate attack. It roared and charged straight at a human. The human moved like a shadow, slipping past the massive limbs and triggered a small device. A net of energy shot out, wrapping around the giant alien and holding it tightly. The creature thrashed, but the human's calm precision made resistance useless. The remaining aliens huddled together, whispering fears. They are unstoppable," one muttered. "We cannot fight them," another said. Their hope was gone. Every escape had been blocked. Every attack had failed. The humans had turned their desperation against them, proving once again that they were not just warriors, they were predators. The human leader stepped forward. He did not shout or raise his weapon. He only looked at the trapped aliens, calm and confident. The sight of him was enough to silence any remaining defiance. The canyon was filled with the quiet hum of energy devices, the soft rustle of Deathworlders moving silently, and the heavy breathing of terrified aliens. One alien, younger and smaller than the rest, tried to slip away, hoping the shadows might hide it. But a human appeared behind it silently, blocking its path. The alien froze, realizing it could not escape. Its small body shook uncontrollably. Another human moved in from the side, and the creature was captured without a fight. High above, the human leader observed every move. His team had completed the first strike, controlled the battlefield, and anticipated every desperate attempt by the aliens. They did not celebrate. They did not shout. They simply watched, silent and patient, knowing the hunt was not over. The aliens' whispers grew faint. Some wept quietly. Some simply stared at the humans, eyes filled with hopelessness. Even the strongest among them had no courage left. Their minds were filled with fear and their bodies betrayed them. The human leader raised his hand again. It was not a signal to attack but a signal to wait. The aliens understood instinctively. Even in the silence, the humans were still in control. They were everywhere, yet invisible. They were calm, precise, and unstoppable. And in that quiet, tense night, a thought formed in the minds of the surviving aliens. These Deathworlders do not just survive, they dominate. No trick, no weapon, no strength can match them. The canyon fell silent. The Deathworlders remained in shadows, watching, waiting, ready for the final phase. The aliens could only huddle, trembling in the darkness, knowing that the humans' patience was part of their power. The night had proven one truth. The Deathworlders were not just warriors, they were the ultimate predators of this death world. And somewhere in the distance, the human leader smiled faintly, knowing the next step would ensure total control, and the aliens' terror was far from over. The first light of the alien planet barely touched the jagged canyon, casting long eerie shadows over the rocks. The aliens remained huddled together, trembling, silent, and broken. Their hope was gone, replaced entirely by fear. Every path, every hiding place, every trick they had relied on was rendered useless by the humans. The Deathworlders emerged from the shadows calmly. Not a word was spoken. Not a shot was fired. They walked among the surviving aliens, weapons lowered but ready. Their presence alone was enough to keep the aliens frozen. Every step the humans took reminded the aliens of the futility of resistance. The human leader climbed onto a high rock, overlooking the canyon. His eyes scanned the frightened creatures below. He did not smile. He did not celebrate. He only observed, calm, precise, in complete control. His team spread silently across the canyon, ensuring no alien could escape or regroup. The largest alien warrior, trapped in an energy net from the previous night, struggled briefly. The human nearest it knelt, placing a hand on its massive shoulder, just enough to remind it of its defeat. The alien froze, understanding fully that it could do nothing. The surviving aliens whispered to each other in quiet terror. We cannot escape," one said. Another muttered, "We have lost, completely." Even the bravest among them lowered their heads. They had fought many battles in their lives but none like this. Humans had not only fought, they had dominated, predicted, and controlled everything. The human leader waved his hand subtly. A faint hum rose from small devices hidden across the canyon. Barriers sealed every possible exit. The aliens realized the canyon was now a cage, inescapable and complete. Their fear turned to despair. Silently, humans moved among the aliens, scanning, observing, ensuring every creature was accounted for. The survivors huddled, unable to move, unable to speak. They had learned the ultimate truth about the Deathworlders. Strategy, calm, and patience were stronger than strength or numbers. Humans had turned terror into a weapon, controlling both mind and battlefield. The canyon fell silent except for the soft breathing of the terrified aliens and the faint hum of human devices. Even in victory, the humans did not rush. They did not gloat. They only stood, silent, a shadowed force of calm dominance. One small alien tried to move, daring to step forward. A human raised a hand, and an invisible force gently pushed the creature back into place. It froze immediately. No weapon, no threat, only presence. The aliens understood, humans' control was total. Fear was enough. The leader of the Deathworlders looked at the remaining aliens. His voice was calm, quiet, yet carried a weight that echoed across the canyon. "This world is ours. Remember this day. Remember, humans. We survive. We adapt. We dominate." His words were not a threat, they were a fact. The aliens whispered among themselves, shaking. They are unstoppable," one muttered. Another said, "We cannot fight them. They are beyond anything we imagined." The humans' patience, their silence, and their precision had defeated hope itself. High above, the human leader observed the horizon. The canyon, once a place of chaos and fear, was now quiet under their control. The surviving aliens huddled together, eyes wide, trembling, and silent. Humanity's power had been demonstrated completely. But even in victory, the human leader's eyes gleamed faintly. The galaxy was vast, full of worlds that might challenge them, but the Deathworlders had proven one undeniable truth. Wherever there was danger, wherever there was fear, humans could survive, adapt, and dominate. The surviving aliens understood it too. The memory of this night would stay in their minds forever. They had faced humans and they had learned the ultimate lesson. Humans were not just fighters, they were hunters, strategists, and predators capable of surviving any death world. As the first alien sun rose over the canyon, casting pale light over jagged rocks and trembling creatures, the humans gathered silently. Their presence was calm, controlled, and absolute. They had conquered not only the canyon but the minds of every creature within it. The human leader turned to his team and nodded slightly. Their work here was done, but the galaxy was large and adventure awaited. The aliens would live, but forever with the knowledge of humans' dominance. And somewhere far beyond, other species would learn the same lesson. The canyon fell quiet. The shadows receded. The Deathworlders had struck, controlled, and survived. And in that silence, a single truth echoed through the alien minds. Humans were the ultimate predators, capable of surviving any world, defeating any foe, and emerging victorious, always. The humans disappeared into the shadows, leaving behind a world changed forever. The aliens watched silently, knowing the next time humans arrived, they would not be the same creatures who faced them tonight. They had learned to fear, respect, and never forget the Deathworlders.